Hey yo everyone, this is VJose32 coming your way. This is what's on deck for the week of July 28th. Sorry, for a minute there I forgot. I'm doing this with my regular camera today because I didn't get a chance to do it with my webcam. I was going to use my iPhone, but for some reason it's not recording audio. If you got any ideas why or what to do about that, let me know. Let's get right into it. This week on Kickstarter, there's some new decks that have started out. First one on the list is the Bicycle King of Kings from TPX Designs, which is the same company, same person that designed the Bicycle Allure playing cards and the Bicycle Genesis playing cards. These are really nice. I recommend checking them out. Make sure you do that. The next deck on the list is the Fanangled. It's a deck from a company that likes to, as I say, rebrand products, and they are attempting to rebrand playing cards with their own style. Problem is, they made the back design a very one way with a big F in the center and for Fanangled, and then it says finest quality as well on the back, which is okay on the box, but on the back of a playing card, no. But the good news is they are changing those things, and it is a pretty nice looking deck, so you should definitely check it out. Next on the list is the Visions of Class Strife. It's a steampunk playing card deck. It was on Kickstarter before, I guess it was last year. It, I think, was not doing good. Either it wasn't doing good and it failed, or the guy canceled it so that he could work on it. It has improved. There's now, I think, 2 different decks with different designs. The back design is no longer a one-way back design. It's really nice. It's pretty nice, and you might be interested, especially if you like steampunk. Although I'm getting a little bit tired of it myself because there's so many decks. Next deck on the list is the Filled Pockets Billiard Hall playing cards. This is a deck that's got a billiard theme to it, if you can imagine that. The cord cards look a little bit like clip art, but not bad looking. Everything else is customized. The back design is a black back design. It features billiard cues, it features billiard balls, it features darts, dartboards, all kind of mixed into one. If there is enough funding, they will be creating a gold version as well. That's one of their funding goals. And this is a guy who's really looking to get into business related to billiards and cards as well. So this would be interesting. I should mention that, what was I going to mention? It is a pretty interesting deck. The back design isn't bad. It's not as good as some other decks, but it's not bad by any means. The deck features basically people, like the court cards feature people at basically a billiard hall. King of Hearts, I believe, is throwing a dart through his head. And so forth. One thing that's interesting is it comes with the 3 jokers. 2 of them are a woman in a dress, a big gown. The 3rd one is the same woman facing the opposite direction with basically 2 reveals. One is a 3 of hearts on the ground. The other one is that there's no back to her dress and you get to see her rear end. Kind of interesting. The next deck on the list is one that you may want to avoid. It's called the, wait for it, minimal playing cards. As in minimal effort, minimum art, minimal effort, minimal art, minimal design, and minimal sales. This deck features basically dots all over the place. That's it. There's no actual court cards. There's no actual pips. There's not even any numbers. There's no actual indexes. It is bizarre. The back design is a black back design with 3 vertical dots or circles, 3 white circles along the center vertically. And the only good thing about the deck is it's got thin borders. But the back design is kind of dull, as you can imagine. The pips are actually made up of red or black circles. Hearts has got 3 circles almost in a triangle formation. You know, boom, boom, boom. Diamonds has got 4 circles. It's the only one that actually looks like a pip. Barely. Clubs is 3 black circles opposite of the hearts. Upside down triangle basically. And the spade pip is actually just 2 black dots next to each other. Very bizarre. At the very least you could have done the same as the hearts, except it would be black. I don't know why. 2 dots. I mean, very bizarre. The indexes are made up of, you guessed it, dots. The indexes are made up of dots. The amount of dots tells you what the value of the card is basically. So if there's 3 dots, it's a 3. If it's 8 dots, it's an 8. Aces are identified by a dot with a triangle above it and also a triangle inside the dot. Court cards have a circle, again, or a dot, whatever you want to call it, with some type of a crown or headpiece above it in the index, and that's how you identify them. All the cards just have a single pip, if you want to call it that, in the center. It's just horrible. Magicians can't use it. Cardists won't use it. Collectors won't want it. People who want to play cards can't use it. It's really, I don't get it. It's not gonna be successful. There is one other deck that came up today, and that is the Bicycle Revenant, which has got a gothic church type theme. It was originally known as, I believe, the Black Zombie or something like that. And then it wasn't doing too well, it was cancelled, and then it's been brought back. Along with that, there's a bunch of, you can get a black box with 5 different games, all sorts of stuff that come in at pawns and chips and special cards. It's kind of interesting, so you get a whole bunch of games with that as well if you want. That's what was up with Kickstarter this week. Other decks, there's been some decks that were successful. These include the Federal 52 Part 2, the Bicycle Amazing deck, the Galaxy V2, the Bicycle Platinum from Elite Playing Cards, the Empire, the Bicycle Calaveras, the Type deck, and ending their funding today is the Bicycle Deco from Encarded and the Alice of Wonderland decks. If you haven't got those yet, definitely check them out. Now there is, don't have any information regarding Fury 11, with Dan and Dave, Blue Crown, House of Playing Cards. Any of those websites, they don't have anything coming out. Illusionist right now, for the next couple of days until the other month, they're doing a special where if you pre-order Daniel Madison's Mechanic DVD, which is like $60, if you pre-order that, you get a free Scarlet Rounder deck. If you're a Black Club member, you get 2 Scarlet Rounder decks, which are not going to be sold. Illusionist has been teasing it on the website. They have it on the website listed as $50, but you can't buy it. I do know that this past week, I checked it out one day when I heard about it, and I was able to put one into my cart. I should have bought it, but I figured I'm getting some for free, so I'm not going to do it. But they quickly fixed that for some reason. I don't know if they're planning to sell them at all or not, but I'm guessing that not. Wouldn't be the first time they've listed a deck at an outrageous price, but also put that's not for sale. They did that with some of their other rare decks. The other thing they have going on that ends today is if you spend $111, or if you buy the Empire deck, the Empire DVD, and spend an additional $55, you get a free Scarlet Dealer's deck if you order. So it's kind of interesting. It ends tonight at midnight, so if you haven't checked that out, make sure you do. If you want that one. Now there's going to be a bunch of USPC decks coming this week. In one way or another. Actually, there's one that I just discovered this past week. You can get it at PokerStud52 on eBay or from bmpokerworld.com. It is a green version of the Bicycle Nautic Back deck. They originally had a pink version and a, what was it, blue version? Or I forget what it was. I got it, but I don't remember what it was. Actually, no, it was a black version and a pink version, and I think it was, and now it's a green version. Also, coming this week, like I said, from the USPC, a bunch of decks. They've got the Bicycle Table Talk, which has basically got a Table Topics theme. There's two colors, a blue and a red, and the back design just has a bunch of words all over it. Basically, the idea is to create, I guess, table topics and conversations. Then there's the Bicycle Peacock, which has a peacock tail feather pattern to it. And again, in two colors, green and purple. And then there's the Bicycle Madison, not to be confused with the Madison rounders or players or dealers. It's the Bicycle Madison. Again, two colors. One I think is a yellow color, the other is a green color, I think. I don't really remember. They're multicolored. And it seems like a vintage, flowery type design to me. Again, two colors of that one. All those are coming probably by the end of this week. And they all seem to have custom coloring on the court cards and I believe custom ace. I don't know about the jokers. So that's always nice. Then there's the Bicycle Escape, which is, the idea is, back during World War II, the USPC, or whatever it was called back then, printed a bunch of decks and they sent them to the soldiers during World War II. And inside these decks, inside the layers of the card, is actually a hidden map. So if any of these soldiers happen to get lost or captured, they can take that playing card, I think it was in a playing card, and they would peel it open and there'd be a hidden map. So that they can kind of find their way out. Pretty interesting. This new deck is based on that, and it features actually a map on the faces of the cards instead of, in the middle or whatever it was. And it's a pretty nice tribute to it. Also coming, I believe this week to Club 808 is the Bicycle Pluma deck, which has got I believe it's a vintage back design. I don't exactly remember. And then there was one other deck, they call it the Bicycle Stag. That is just the tentative title. They had a contest last month with Club 808 members to name the deck. And they're going to reveal what that name is when they release it. I can't recall if it's coming out this month or next month. I apologize if it's not this month, it's next month. But we'll find out what that is in the near future. There is one more deck to tell you about before I go. And that is a new tally-ho deck, if you like tally-hos. This is a silver circle back, which is a pretty nice deck. It's a tally-ho. It's pretty cool. It's got silver on the backs. The only downside is apparently all the pips are silver. So it's kind of like a tally-ho Viper fan deck where all the pips were silver. Except it's a white deck. And this is being distributed by Murphy's Magic Supply, so it's going to be available at pretty much all magic shops this week or next week. So make sure you look for that if you like tally-hos. And I think that's what I got. I'll see you next time. Bye.